This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And by Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is always ready to lend a hand in the communities that they serve. Log on to MidwestBank.com to find out more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boys Championship game of the East Husker Conference at Central Community College in Columbus. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay, getting ready to see who gets to climb the ladder and cut down the nets in the East Husker Conference tournament. As North Bend Central, the 2 seed, gets set to take on the 8th seeded West Point Beemer Cadets. Andrew, West Point Beemer has gone on an incredible run to make it here. Very few people thought we would be seeing them here in the championship, and yet here they are trying to be a Cinderella story in one of the most competitive conferences in the state of Nebraska.
Absolutely, and I think both West Point teams that we've seen tonight are going to be coming in with that upset mindset. This team is a 9-8 team. No one really expected them to make it this far, but they've had a heck of a run in this tournament, and now they're going up against North Bend Central. Now, here taking a look at North Bend Central, they have some dominating players down on the court. I wanted to talk about Kyler Hellenbush. He is the leading scorer and rebounder. He's a part of the 1,000-point club. He's going to be the key player to watch for North Bend Central. But then I want to go ahead and look on the other end. You have Colton Haber. He is big, 6'1", 240 pounds. He can shoot. He shot 2 3-pointers and made both of them last night in the semifinals. He's going to be a key scorer for this team.
And North Bend Central coming into this one, they won 10 of their last 11 games after kind of a slow start to the season. West Point Beemer coming into tonight, they've won 3 in a row. It's the first time they've done that in 2 years. Interesting matchup here in the East Husker. We've got starting lineups, all the action coming your way. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Heart problems can affect anybody, but there's things you can do to try to prevent them and to treat them right when they pop up. Let's learn more about it from an expert at Faith Regional. I'm joined now by Shane O'Brien, the manager and exercise specialist at the Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehab Unit at Faith Regional Health Services. Our topic today is heart health, and starting with heart attacks, what are some of the symptoms we should be on the lookout for?
Some of the typical symptoms that you hear about are stabbing pain in the middle of your chest, radiating down your arms, left and right arm, maybe radiating up to your neck, shortness of breath.
But this could be different for women, especially women that are having symptoms of cardiovascular disease.
Absolutely. Women's symptoms seem to be more subtle. You could be extreme fatigue. You could have back shoulder pain, toothache. Women tend to put other people first and poo-poo their symptoms, and when it could be something more serious.
And so when we're talking about heart health, we want to prevent problems down the road. What are the things that people should be doing throughout their whole lives to make sure they're heart healthy?
Exercise. We want to be exercising at least 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. Nutrition is very important. You want to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, fish, chicken, lean cuts of protein.
With the prevalence of heart problems, that means being able to respond quickly is critical, and CPR is a way to go about that. Now there's the hands-only method. What is that?
Where they used to teach you'd give 2 rescue breaths to every 30 compressions. Now it's just continuous CPR. Call somebody for help. You got to get 911 activated. Then you just go right into compressions, 100 to 120 compressions per minute.
What can people do to make sure that they understand how to perform CPR?
Faith Regional has been out in the community teaching hands-only CPR. We teach it up here in cardiac rehab. Like every 6 weeks we have a class. Just look for ways to find that education.
Do you recommend that everybody learn that skill?
Absolutely. Even if you weren't able to perform that skill, you could tell somebody how to do that skill.
Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
A new year, a fresh start. A resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Let's talk school spotlight here on News Channel Nebraska. That's brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Well, all you need is Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com. West Point Beamer, they've won 6 East Husker titles, but only as West Point High. They've not won one since 2003 and never have won an East Husker Conference championship as a consolidated school. As for North Bend Central, well, they've won 10 East Husker Conference tournaments all time, dating back into the 1970s. Their last came in 2017 when they beat Logan View Scribner Snyder in the conference championship game. And now North Bend Central will try for number 11 in conference history. You know, Andrew, we talked about it. West Point Beamer kind of playing with house money. They've been playing loose as the the team that took down the top seed in this tournament. They've been rolling right on through. A very impressive win in their semifinal, beat Humphrey Lindsay Holy Family, the 5 seed, 55-44. They're playing their best basketball right now, which is what you want when you're in February.
Absolutely, and I mean they're doing so because of the, I want to call it adversity or just the ability of Colton Haber all over the floor. I mean, he's a big kid. We were talking about him in pregame, 6'2", 240 pounds. He can play down low really well, but what he can also do is shoot from beyond the arc. He had 2 3-pointers as of yesterday. This guy's going to be a real difference maker today. He's going to be one of those guys that we're going to watch out for on the West Point side tonight, and I think he's going to be a huge contributing factor, and was as to why this team is rolling so well in the East Husker Conference Finals.
They had 15 in their victory over Humphrey Lindsay Holy Family. Meanwhile, you know, you talk about, you mentioned Kyler Helbush. He has been the picture of consistency all year, averaging just shy of 17 a game. He had 17 in their 16-point victory over third-seeded Pender this past Friday. A guy who can do it inside, do it outside, decent three-point shooter, but that consistency, that's the kind of thing you like to see this time of year.
And that's one thing about this team, that they're consistent. Their consistency has been picked up. They kind of had a slower start to the season.
They've won 10 of their last 11 games.
Yes, they've won 10 of their last 11 with a 2-3 start to the season. So that started a little rocky, just shy of under 500, but they were able to pick that up and get the ball rolling, winning, like you said, 10 of their last 11. And so they're riding off that high right now. Both these teams have a lot of momentum going into this game.
We'll take a quick break. Starting lineups coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
This is the East Husker Conference Championship alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay, and these are our starting. West Point Beemer, we talked about Colton Haber. Hunter Swanson, Braden Doggett have both been good options for them as well, secondarily offensively. And off the bench, they've gotten really good play. Peyton Penrose, in fact, Penrose had 12 points in their last game off the bench in their victory over Humphrey Lindsay Holy Family. Meanwhile, North Bend Central, they've been rolling, wins in 10 of their last 11 games. We talked about Hellbush. Braxton Waddle, a very good sophomore guard, leads the team in assists and steals. Cash Honish as well, just shy of 8 points per game. He and Sam Post, the team's best three-point shooters. The team shoots just 25% from three, but they've been getting better as the year has gone on. North Bend's coach, Jonathan Baer, in his 11th year. He's taken NBC to state twice. They were runner-up in 2019. He's been a few different places. Coached at Heartland out there in Henderson, also started at Cedar Bluff. He's a Wymore native, went to Southern High School. West Point Beemer, their coach Tyler Polacek, in his second year, trying to win an East Husker Conference title as a coach and a player. He was on two Howells Dodge teams that won East Husker Conference tournaments in 2013 and 2014. So glad you could join us. We are underway in the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska. That is North Bend Central looking inside early. West Point Beemer diagnoses the outside pass and turn it over. Here's Haber. Again, don't be fooled by his big man stature. He can play from outside. He's good off the dribble. Has a well-rounded basketball game. Inside, North Bend Central starting in a zone. West Point Beemer shoots over top of it. Not there, and the rebound to Ethan Cluck. And a foul called on the floor as North Bend Central worked the dribble drive. That foul is on Connor Troyer, his first. Entry pass tipped away. They were trying to get it to Hellbush. 2-on-1. Great job defensively by Sam Post to break it up. Now the Cadets in their half court. Down low. Tough shot. But heading to the line is Braden Doggett. He was able to find a little bit of a seam in that North Bend Central zone.
Yeah, he found a little bit of that seam, but two defenders closed in on him fairly quickly, making that a heavily contested shot. Just hard to make that one fall, so he'll get a chance to shoot too.
First one rolls home. That free throw after our replay, which was brought to you in part by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Doggett has a 66% free throw percentage as he cashes in on both of those there.
West Point has a team 57% from the land of the free this season. They've got the lead early on, trying to win the East Husker Conference tournament as an 8 seed. Difficult to do. Cut off baseline, kicked up top. Here's Hellbush, picked up defensively. Elbow jumper, in and out. Offensive rebound to Cluck. He can't get it to go. Then a foul on that rebound attempt. It'll go to West Point Beemer.
And one thing I noticed starting off, and something that will probably continue throughout the rest of the game, is how physical both of these teams are down in the paint as those drives close up very quickly. And you're going to, maybe we'll see a lot of fouls this game. Who knows?
Pass tipped by Cluck, the sophomore, playing well early on, gets the turnover. Now Post runs point for North Bend Central. The 2 seeds still looking for their first points. Reach in called on the dribble drive. North Bend will inbound. That's the first on Hunter Swanson. West Point Beemer going to the bench. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think if you're West Point, honestly, you have that momentum riding throughout the tournament. You want to start with that same momentum. So you want to get ahead. I know it's just 2 points, but you want to create those turnovers and start making this game a lot further of a stretch and keep that momentum rolling.
Oh, Kyler Hellbush is down and hurt for North Bend Central after that miss. He's back up now. they will pause the game. He is favoring his right knee. Take another look on the shot attempt. He came down kind of awkwardly.
Yeah, he seems to be walking gingerly towards the benches.
Well, that could be a big loss for North Bend Central. I'd like to welcome those that were watching the Omaha Supernovas. You are watching live coverage of the East Husker Conference Tournament on News Channel Nebraska. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. That three is too strong. Rebound tapped out. It'll be West Point Beamer basketball. So you're seeing North Bend Central, the 2-seeded Tigers, 12-4 on the year, taking on West Point Beamer, a surprise participant in this championship. 9-8 on the year. They came in as the 8th seed in this conference tournament, but have advanced to the championship game. The baseline drive draws damage, and that's Braxton Waddle called for the foul, his first. We have yet to see a field goal. Two teams kind of stuck in the feeling out process in the early going.
And Eric, I think the headline so far for those that are just joining us is that Kyler Hellbush went out with an injury as he is trying to tend to that over on the bench, but their star player, is out for North Bend Central.
Going down low to the big man, that's Colton Haber, his first bucket. Now North Bend Central, as you mentioned, Andrew, trying to get it done without their leading scorer. Kyler Hellbush landed awkwardly after a missed shot. That's 16.7 points per game. That shot short. Rebound pulled down by Doggett. West Point Beamer now into the front court. Connor Troyer cut off at the elbow. Haber up fake from an NBA range triple. Great pass, baseline, touched back out. Cadets trying to find some room in this zone. Floater on the baseline falls. Good patience offensively from the Cadets.
And that was Hunter Swanson. He was able to corral that ball in on the toe tap on the baseline to be able to put it back in the play. He got it right back.
Quick catch and shoot triple, good for Lane Rosichka. Points off the pine for the Tigers. Rosichka averages just shy of 5 a game off the bench. A very good sixth man for Coach Jonathan Baer. Haber's three is off. Foul on the rebound attempt. As both teams go to the bench. We'll have a lot of new players coming in. Good news for North Bend Central. Looks like Hellbush getting set to check back into the game. As we take a look at our replay, that's brought to you in part by Madison County Bank. They're here to help you grow. So Hellbush back in. Miles Nielsen also in for North Bend Central, seeing his first action, or my apologies, not Miles Nielsen. Jake Wright is in the game, seeing his first action. Coda Bear, coach's son, in the game for the first time. Baseline drive for North Bend Central.
Oh, and look at this.
Yeah, Hellbush he's hurt again. Limping to the sideline. He tried to give it a go on that knee, but we might not see him again tonight.
Yeah, I think he was able to get some comfort for just a short moment of time, and he is distraught over on the bench right now. He knows that it's potentially not good.
They went inside to Jake Wright off the inbound pass. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he drew the foul. Colton Haber, his first. So Wright in and out on the free throw. So now North Bend Central's got to regather. Their leading scorer is done. Likely, I don't want to say likely, but I would say probably for the game. Rattling home the second is Jake Wright. And North Bend Central back within 2. Drive and dish, poked away, stolen. Up ahead, here's Bear. Finds the trailer. Floater in the lane over Haber. That's Ruzicka. Again, they have depth. Ruzicka, a very good player off the bench. They'll probably be leaning on him a bit more tonight. Entry pass for West Point Beemer. That's Blaze Brockman kicking out to Swanson. Penrose looking down low, poked away and stolen again. Haber gets back. Honish has it swiped away. Ball still loose. Now Bears got it. Floats one in the lane. Short. Haber the rebound. Step back triple from the corner. Finally finds its way down. Miles Nielsen. Plinko chips one in from deep. They're going to say his foot was on the line. That's a 2, but still an impressive make nonetheless. That one dies on the heel. Foul on the rebound attempt, though, will be called on West Point Beemer. That's Blaze Brockman, his first.
Blaze Brockman, the 5'11 sophomore, averages 6.1 points per game, 3.6 rebounds. Standing at 5'11, he's definitely one of the rather taller guys on this North Bend Central team. Excuse me, West Point.
Take another look. That foot was on the line. I had called that a 3. That was a 2. Either way, it touched every bit of the iron before it fell. Now Jake Wright at the line. 58% free throw shooter on the year, the 6'2 senior. In and out on the second. Boy, we've seen a lot of unkind iron so far tonight. Now the Cadets trying to extend their lead. And out of bounds, tapped out. It will go to North Bend Central. So North Bend will have Braxton Waddle running point. Post up top, tipped away, ball still loose. Waddle will now try to battle his way back into the front court. Up ahead to Ruzicka. Post wants 3. Gets 3, and North Bend has the lead for the first time tonight.
He's got a 29% three-point shot percentage, and showing right there, those are good numbers that he puts up and gets it done.
Oh, weekend banking hours. Miles Nielsen says, I'm not going to make a shot unless it's interesting going in. We got a 3-point exhibition breaking out. Coda Bear. And a reach in at 3/4 court. That's called on Bear, his first. We'll take another look. Saw a whole bunch of threes. This one by Coda Bear. The coach's son, freshman, 5'6". As North Bend Central back on top, putting 2 on the ball, and a reach-in called. And West Point Beemer now with a bonus. Fouls piling up. You thought we might see this, Andrew. This has been a physical contest.
Going to the bonus this early. We haven't even ended the first period yet.
And with the new rules, now 5 fouls in a quarter sends you to the bonus. Similar to the NBA rules and the college women's basketball rules. Peyton Penrose at the line. Splits the pair, his first point. And Cash Honish hits the three. North Bend Central back on top as the Tigers starting to hit from outside. Entry pass. That Schiller follows his shot and fills it up. Ian Schiller has the Cadets back within one. Took a while for the offense to get going, but once it did, we have seen an offensive flurry over the last 3 minutes.
Absolutely, and they've never looked back either. They're sharing a lot of these. They're spreading the points around the board, so everyone's getting a little bit of scoring action so far, as the points are distributed rather evenly throughout their offense.
Good ball movement here. Huge contact in the lane. This will send North Bend Central to the line for two. As Braden Doggett try to rotate into the paint. But Braxton Waddle will shoot two. And gets the first one. Bear back into the game for North Bend Central. Lane Rosichka has a seed. To your point, Andrew, 12 different players have scored in this quarter. Free throw is good for Waddle. 4 seconds now for West Point Beemer. Quickly into the front court comes Doggett. Oh, that was close. But after one, it's North Bend Central 18, West Point Beemer 15. You're watching the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres. It's about the legacy, passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Starting the second quarter of the East Husker Conference Championship, West Point Beemer with the ball, trailing 3. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. Cadets trapped on the baseline. They get it out to Colton Haber. Really pestering defense by North Bend Central early on. Doggett shot blocked from behind. Waddle the rebound. North Bend Central without Kyler Helbush, their leading scorer, out with what appears to be a knee injury. Now Jake Wright hits the deck down low. Looks like he's okay.
I think
and
he's
a travel
signaling
top of the key.
I think he's signaling to his coach to come off there, Eric. I think he might need a little break. You could see him walking kind of gingerly towards the bench. He came down a little awkwardly, almost as similar to Helbush when he went down, and so.
Looks like he might have just maybe pulled a muscle, walking a little bit better as he gets to the bench. We'll see if Jake Wright's able to return. The injury bug biting North Bend Central early on. West Point Beemer now struggling to get anything going offensively. Off the broken play, Haber has it stripped out of bounds. No, a foul going to be called. That foul on Waddle is his second. Our second quarter here on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Doggett skips right side, Brockman. This West Point Beemer team, not the biggest. They only have one starter that's at least 6 feet long, 3 in and out. Brockman the rebound. Now it's Brockman working into a double team. Out of it, Doggett got the defender in the air. High screen and a foul trying to fight through the screen. That's on Hanisch. That's his second. Foul trouble could be big trouble in this game. We saw both teams in the bonus in the first quarter.
And particularly for North Bend, if your starting lineup's beginning to run thin, I mean, you said they do have depth, but if they start getting into foul trouble, they're going to have to be careful.
Colton Haber down low, beautiful feed. Gets WP-Beemer back within one. Entry pass is off. Cadets off and running. Here's Penrose, left block, uses window. Cadets back on top. Penrose's first field goal.
Just a great opportunity on the fast break. It was a contested shot, but he was able to go up and put it off the glass.
Good closeout on that three. Bear had to pass it off. Now they get it back to him. The freshman leaves it short. Rebound to Troyer. Now into the front court, WP-Beemer, pass tipped. Cadets will inbound far side. Lane Rosichka returns to the game for North Bend Central. Waddle sits down. Left side, got past the first line of defense, rolls off the front of the rim. Rebound to Rosichka. Corner triple, short. Penrose hauls it in. Haber skips it in down low. That's great ball movement. Doggett shot off, battling for the rebound. Now we're going to get a tie-up. Alternating possession. We'll give it to North Bend Central, but great effort there from Doggett after the miss. Doggett has a seat. Miles Nielsen back into the game. North Bend working it around the outside. Baseline cut off. Hanisch. Skips Rosichka, NBA range, got it! Lane Rosichka with 8, North Bend back on top.
No doubt about it, he knew it too. He's leading and scoring, and he just had that wide open shot available for him.
Now Haber passes out of a double, open triple from the corner, is off, post the rebound, and a foul called on West Point as arms get tied up. That foul on Miles Nielsen, his first. Good news for North Bend Central, Jake Wright checking back into the ball game. Waddle returning as well. North Bend, the 2 seed, trying to shake the pesky 8th-seeded WP-Beemer Cadets. That's a long 3, too strong. Nice effort by Wright on the back tap, and then the foul on post. So you've got Post with 2 fouls, Cash Hanisch with 2, and Braxton Waddle, all with 2 fouls for North Bend Central. Connor Troyer almost lost his footing. Nielsen got a step. Penrose kicks Swanson now. Halfway home, second quarter. Haber back between the circles. Haber works it in on Bear. They're going to call an offensive foul. Colton Haber called for the charge. Folks, coming up at halftime, we'll have our top plays. Those halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true. That foul on Haber, his second. Can North Bend take advantage and extend their lead? Right. Kicks out Bear. Thought 3, thought better of it. Now Waddle. West Point Beamer fans think he got away with a shove. Foul on the rebound there on Doggett after the miss by Ruzicka.
Yeah, a little bit of physicality down low. I think West Point was angry because, oh man, it seems like he did get away with a shove, but there was no call. But man, it's been physical to say the least.
That foul, by the way, on Braden Doggett is his 3rd. So his half might be done. Well read, taken away. Bear gets it back for North Bend. Numbers for the Tigers. Kicked up top, wide open, in and out. Haber the board. Now Haber, picked up by Bear. A bit of a size differential between those two. Down low through a double team, muscling it up and down. No! They're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay with West Point Beamer. Good call. That's a good call. West Point Beamer fans won't like it, but the official was right on top of it. That was a tie-up. That was well done. Now Haber having a seat for West Point Beamer in favor of Peyton Penrose. Boy, how about that effort defensively, though, to come over and tie up that ball. Baseline, partially blocked, rebound to North Bend Central. That's Waddle. Corner, Jake Wright thought 3. Finds some room to drive, draws the damage, and got it to go.
Man, Jake Wright has just been absolutely feeling it these last couple of possessions. As he's pumped up and he's going to the line. Normally averages 2.3 points per game. And you can see he's getting pumped up tonight.
West Point Beamer calls timeout. We'll take one as well. North Bend Central's up 4. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
(23-19), North Bend Central with the lead on our scoreboard, brought to you in part by Aurora Cooperative. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A-stop today. Also brought to you by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith. This game's been hitting hard. Now, these two teams not played in football in a while, but a couple of physical football programs meeting on the basketball court, and it has a football type of physicality tonight, Andrew Pfeiffer.
Absolutely it does, and with both teams playing this physical, I mean, they're going to rack up some fouls, and naturally they're going to get into some foul trouble, and that's going to be something you're going to want to watch out for, especially, like I said earlier, for North Bend.
Jake Wright finishes the three-point play. North Bend Central now with their largest lead of the game at 5. From the wing, nothing but the bottom. That's Hunter Swanson.
He only averages 16% from the three-point line. That was a great shot.
Skip left side now. Honish Can't find the answer there. Offensive rebound to Ruzicka. And he called for the walk. Nate Vandergren had good defensive position. And it goes back to West Point Beemer. Vandergren will have a seat now. Colton Haber back into the game. Connor Troyer also returning for the Cadets in favor of Miles Nielsen. North Bend Central keeping their ball pressure out high, really meeting the ball handler at the volleyball line. Cadets now working inside. Blaze Brockman got a step. That foul called on Cluck. That's his first.
And Cluck fouled out last game, not being able to generate any points. I think he's trying to stay out of foul trouble as much as he can today.
That one 360s its way down for Brockman. His first point tonight, the 5'11 sophomore. Brockman gets the second. And we are tied at 24. North Bend Central now navigating West Point's 2-3 zone. Quaddle didn't have the baseline drive, kicks up top instead. That three no good. Good position for the rebound by Swanson. North Bend struggling from deep. They've made just 1 3 this quarter on 7 attempts. That floater up and off. Haber tracks down the long rebound. Long three on the way. Missed everything. Rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with North Bend Central. Hey, folks, stick around. We got our halftime show coming up. Brought to you by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their priority. Cody Bear returning for North Bend Central in favor of Lane Ruzicka. West Point Beemer can't get it inside. They reset. Swanson, dribble handoff to Troyer. Penrose, Haber trying to get position down low. Instead, they give it to Swanson. Splits the defense. Beautifully done. Hunter Swanson, 5 this quarter, 7 for the game.
He had a season-high 18 points against Stanton, as he has been electric tonight on offense.
Now North Bend playing for the last shot. And a jump ball called. It'll stay with North Bend Central. Waddle trying to draw the foul was a little out of control. So North Bend Central will inbound as you take another look here. Yeah, that's a great job defensively by Brockman. Now off the inbound post, the step back triple, got the foul called. And Sam Post is shooting 3. That's Troyer, his second. And now Post, a 29% three-point shooter, but a 79% free throw shooter. Oh, I jinxed him. It's like 78.7 now.
Well, he had the opportunity to tie it up just before half, but it's looking like the best they can do is possibly within 1.
He'll try to tie it with his third one. With 1.6 seconds to go in the half.
That's right, he is shooting 3.
Tie game. Post goes 2 for 3 at the line. Let's see if West Point can get one up to end the half. Off the side of the backboard. Entertaining first half. Everything you'd want out of a championship in the East Husker Conference. We're tied at 26. Halftime show on the way. You're watching NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
When it comes to you and your family's health, you deserve the best. At Faith Regional Physician Services, we're proud to have over 125 providers that come highly recommended by their previous patients. Don't just take our word for it, though. Trust the over 500 verified patients who left 5-star reviews in just the last year. Our team of surgeons and specialists have years of training and expertise to ensure you receive compassionate, exceptional care that exceeds your expectations every time. Whether you receive care in Norfolk or one of the over 20 other communities across Nebraska that our providers see patients, we are committed to delivering unparalleled care at a place that is convenient for you. When you choose our providers, you can feel confident that your health and wellness are their top priority. Faith Regional Physician Services. Experience the faith difference.
Fields, farms, communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Halftime here at Central Community College in Columbus alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. We're tied 26-all here at the break of the East Husker Conference Championship. And Andrew, it's a game that's resembled football at times. A remarkably physical contest between these two. And I think you had a good point early on. Fouls are going to loom large over these last couple of quarters.
Oh, absolutely they will. And I mean, I think especially with how physical these games are getting, we went into the bonus into the first quarter. So rather, you know, this being the physical game that it is, you're going to get into some foul trouble, and that could affect your depth, especially if you're North Bend, because in that first quarter you saw Hellbush go out with an injury. However, they were able to pick it up offensively as they've been able to generate a lot of their points from the bench, Eric.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Surter Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. As we see the Plinko chip shot there, falls for Miles Nielsen. He had 6 points off the bench, but North Bend Central, they've been doing all this, as you mentioned, without Kyler Hellbush, out with an knee injury. Sam Post hits that three. Lane Rosichka has been fantastic off the bench for them with 8 points and 2 rebounds. But even more impressive, I think, West Point Beemer, this 8 seed, not playing like they're a team that's not supposed to be here. They have stood up. They have withstood some shooting flurries from North Bend Central at time, and they're playing like a team with a lot of confidence right now.
Oh, absolutely they are, and I think both of these teams are going to bring it down to, I think this game will be decided by the last couple of possessions, as these teams have been neck and neck the entire contest, and it's just been all around great physical defense along with smart offense, being able to generate shots when they can. But I think it's going to come down to the wire, especially late in the fourth quarter, if they keep this kind of play up.
North Bend Central shooting about 36% from three, 38 from the field. West Point Beemer shooting 33% from three, 43% from the field. So the shooting numbers a little bit better for West Point Beemer, particularly inside. And as we sit here at half, Lane Rosichka, 8 points, 2 rebounds. That leads the way for North Bend Central. Hunter Swanson, 7 points and 2 boards. That leads the way for West Point Beemer. Should be a fantastic second half in store. Who will hoist the trophy, or the plaque, I suppose it is, in the East Husker Conference this year? North Bend Central and West Point Beemer tied at 26. Second half coming up. You're watching NCN.
At Faith Regional Rehabilitation Therapies, we are here for you every step of the way on your journey to recovery and growth. Our new location allows our team of expert physical, occupational, and speech therapists to guide you through a personalized journey to recover at the largest facility in Northeast Nebraska. Designed with your comfort and goals in mind, our facility features the most innovative equipment, a top-of-the-line pool for aquatic therapy, large private exam rooms, a full functioning living space to simulate in-home therapy, and a complete sports performance area featuring 40 yards of turf. Whether you are recovering from an injury or surgery, aiming for peak performance, or just wanting to move pain-free, our therapists are your partners in progress, providing one-to-one sessions every time. Faith Regional Rehabilitation Therapies. Personalized recovery and growth is the Faith difference.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
How do you check a phone through a tiger mask? Okay, that's what you don't. You got to take it off. Got to be warm in that thing. Well, about to start the second half here of the East Husker Conference Tournament. I want to send a big thank you, by the way, to Mike Selk Activities Director at Oakland Craig. They're the host school for the conference this year. And I want to thank everybody here at Central Community College. They have been fantastic to work with. We've been covering this tournament now the 5th year. We've been broadcasting this championship on NCN. First time we've done it at Central, and we've had a good time. Appreciate their hospitality. Opening the second half, big man can't hit from deep. Rebound tracked down by Braxton Waddle. Well, we were watching during warm-ups. Kyler Helbush not on the floor right now, but he was giving it a go, shooting, trying to change direction. We'll see if he ends up checking into the game or not in the second half. In the meantime, Waddle kicks up top post. Cross court. Good movement away from the ball, but the rebound to Doggett off the miss from deep. That was Rosichka, who has stepped up with Helbush out, 8 points off the bench for the 5'8 junior. Oh, miscommunication. They had it too. That was open, but it'll go back to North Bend Central.
Yeah, he thought he had Brockman down low, but Brockman didn't cut the lane and just went back to the baseline. No one was there.
North Bend Central, winners of 10 of their last 11. They played very well in this tournament. Got here in a 16-point victory over a very good Pender team just last night. And they'll call over and back. They're going to talk it over. The ball was tipped by West Point Beemer, then touched by North Bend. This is a tough one here. Let's see if we can get a look at this. This is tough. Yeah, boy, that's hard to tell. They're going to give it back to North Bend. What they did was they just basically called alternating possession because they couldn't come to a consensus. So North Bend retains possession. That was a tough one to call, even on the slow motion replay. Post wants three. He got it. Sam Post hits from deep. His first field goal since the first quarter. Doggett trying to pivot out of the double team. Finds the open man. Wow, what a shot there. Blaze Brockman in traffic. Now loose ball down low, tied up, possession arrow. We'll give it back to West Point Beemer in our third quarter, which is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Into the front court comes West Point Beemer. Defender slipped. Momentary numbers. Brockman kicks out Troyer. Double team on the baseline. Now the ball reversal. Doggett wide open. Off the mark. Long rebound. Rosichka. North Bend trying to push the tempo. From the wing. In and out. Haber the board. Stolen, great defense, and then thrown right back to West Point. Doggett from NBA range, missed everything, and it's North Bend basketball. You know, sometimes I've noticed this when high schoolers play on college courts. The college three-point line can kind of change your perception of where you are on the court. Threes can be a lot closer than some of the ones you'll see taken on college floors. Timeout called. We'll take one as well. North Bend Central leads by 1. You're watching NCN.
When it comes to you and your family's health, you deserve the best. At Faith Regional Physician Services, we're proud to have over 125 providers that come highly recommended by their previous patients. Don't just take our word for it, though. Trust the over 500 verified patients who left 5-star reviews in just the last year. Our team of surgeons and specialists have years of training and expertise to ensure you receive compassionate, exceptional care that exceeds your expectations every time. Whether you receive care in Norfolk, or one of the over 20 other communities across Nebraska that our providers see patients, we are committed to delivering unparalleled care at a place that is convenient for you. When you choose our providers, you can feel confident that your health and wellness are their top priority. Faith Regional Physician Services. Experience the faith difference.
1 point game, East Husker Conference Championship. North Bend Central trying to win their 11th conference title. West Point Beemer trying to win their first as a consolidated program. West Point High won one back in 2003. In the program, it's listed as West Point Beemer. I don't think those two schools had combined yet by 2003. Either way, it's been a long time since folks at West Point have been able to celebrate a conference title. They've played well tonight. Good in and out game there. Not rewarded on the shot, though, and the rebound out to Brockman. Into the front court. Quickly ahead come the Cadets. Hunter Swanson draws damage. That will be on Jake Wright. His first. Somehow, as physical as this game is, I feel like I've been called for a foul at some point. Haber muscles his way in. Colton Haber with 6. And we've talked about his shooting acumen, but he can get it done from down low as well. Entry pass to Wright, kicked out right side. Nothing down low. Swung to Bear. And 3 seconds will be called against North Bend Central. Hey folks, tonight's game brought to you in part by Zolder Ford in Lincoln. And how about this? Kyler Helbush returning to the contest for North Bend Central. Went down with a knee injury in the first, came back for one possession, had to go back out again. He's going to give it a go. Courageous performance there by the young man.
And it was interesting because the last time he was out, he barely lasted a second as he was, once he got some lateral movement, he just had to immediately go and sit back down, and now it seems like he's moving a lot better on the floor.
Foul called on the floor as quickly ahead came Rosichka. I did notice on that kick out, he really kind of only jumped with one leg though. He's trying to keep moving around, keep loose.
And you know, it could be a real possibility. He's just playing hurt and just trying to toughen through it. The pain may not have been as severe as off the rip the first time, but he seemed to be moving a lot better.
Rosichka pivots at the elbow, up top, open 3, good. Rolls home for Kyler Helbush. Well, the knee felt fine on that shot, and North Bend's got the lead. Now Helbush closes out on Haber. Slips again. Oh, and he's limping again. Shot is blocked. Right back to West Point Beemer. Hunter Swanson able to follow it up. And North Bend's got to call a timeout. Helbush has got to head out again. Yeah, he gave it a go, a courageous effort, but you just don't want to mess around with knees.
No, and I mean, I admire the tenacity
Absolutely.
that Helbush has. I mean, that was a second attempt going back in. Granted, it didn't last long, but still, he went in, put up a 3, and then got the lead back, and then unfortunately has to sit back down. But, man, I think, if anything, that attributes to his character 100%.
Entry pass down low. Here's Cluck muscling in on Haber. How about Ethan Cluck? That's his first bucket tonight. Nice kick, Penrose. Got it with a hand in his face. What a pass from Hunter Swanson. Back and forth we go in Columbus. Taken away, another turnover. Now Penrose off the screen. Bounces Connor Troyer. Troyer works it up top. Needs some help. Now finds Haber top of the key. Haber's been a little quiet offensively tonight. Troyer in the lane. Can't get the roll. Ruzicka the board. Cash Hanish. Swung right side. Ruzicka looking down low. Waddle up fakes, kicks up top. Bear, they close on him. West Point doing a nice job guarding the perimeter. Well, not there. In and out. Rebound. Pulled down by Cluck. Putback won't go. Hanish, he hits the deck. And West Point Beemer's got it.
It was a great offensive board. Almost had the second chance, but it's unable to get that basket in.
So West Point Beamer still with the lead after a couple of really good looks. Lob to Haber, poked out. West Point will try it again. Back into the game for North Bend Central, Sam Post. Vandergrind back in for West Point Beamer in favor of Colton Haber. Curling down the lane, drawing the foul is Connor Troyer. Troyer looking for his shot tonight, not necessarily known as a scorer for West Point Beamer. Coda Bear called for the foul, his second.
And Troyer has remained scoreless this entire night. Has 2 fouls as he gets his first point there.
Jake Wright returning to the game for North Bend Central in favor of Ethan Cluck. Second one short, rebound to Bear. Dakota Bear will slow it up. Minute to go, third quarter, in what has been a hotly contested East Husker Conference tournament title game. Left side lob, that's Waddle drawing 2. Braxton Waddle now shades to his right. Bear thought 3. Instead, it's inside. Wright looking for somewhere to go. North Bend Central staying patient. 30 seconds killed in this possession. West Point's 2-3 zone not allowing anything easy, and now the Tigers play for 1. Here's Post. Poked away and stolen. In transition, left side. How about the defense from West Point Beamer? That's Miles Nielsen. Now Post from half court. Can't beat the buzzer. And West Point Beamer, the 8th seed, has the 4-point lead as we head to the 4th. It's the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Andrew Pfeiffer, they tried to kill a minute. Did North Bend Central, but Miles Nielsen comes up with the steal and the run out. Nielsen has only attempted 3 shots tonight. He's made all of them. He has 8, and West Point Beamer, the 8th seed, is 8 minutes away from an improbable conference championship.
And that last defensive possession from West Point was just outstanding, working their 2-3 zone, able to corral and keep North Bend from finding a lane and keeping them scoreless, and then coming up with a steal off the fast break and the left-hand layup. And now with 4 points, a 4-point lead, the 8th seed is making it look possible.
This is their largest lead. Neither team has led by more than 5 in this game. It has been close throughout. Waddle lost the handle. Back come the Cadets. Troyer gave it a look from deep. Instead, he'll lob it back up top. North Bend now in a man-to-man look defensively. Top of the key switch, kicked right side for 3. Yes! And West Point Beamers up 7. That's Peyton Penrose.
That is his 9th point of the evening. And no fouls on him just yet. I think, man, I'm thinking potential player of the game status maybe.
Potentially. It's going to be tough. West Point Beamer has been very balanced tonight in their scoring. Inside out game for North Bend Central. Waddle. He keys it from deep. Off the rim. Offensive rebound, no shot. Foul called on the floor. That will be on West Point Beamer. You've got Penrose with 9. You got Nielsen with 8. Hunter Swanson has 9 for the Cadets. It has been a total team effort from West Point Beamer, who again came into this tournament 6-8 on the season. They have turned it around this week. Waddle kicks out wide open. Not there. Cluck the offensive rebound, rolls it home. The shot is good. Then there was a foul after the shot on Braxton Waddle. Take another look.
Yeah, they're going to call a shove here. Yeah, you can see going to the ground there late after the shot.
That's the third on Waddle.
That was Swanson going to the ground there.
Swanson now runs point. Cut off baseline pass, tipped away, taken away, and then a reach in on the back end. That'll be on Penrose. Or correction, Nielsen, my apologies. So let's see what North Bend Central can come up with there. Offense has gotten a little stagnant. 18 points in the first quarter, just 18 since. Those outside shots that were falling early have not gone down. They've got to try to find it inside. Not there, that time for Waddle. Up ahead comes Nielsen. He draws the foul. West Point Beamer is really feeling like the team with the momentum right now.
They have the opportunity to extend the game by 7. You got just under 6 minutes to go. And, you know, one thing I noticed during the last timeout was Braden Doggett was talking to his team on the sideline, or on the bench, that is, and saying, hey, guys, we want this. We want this more than they do. We have 1 quarter left. Let's finish the job.
That foul, by the way, on Braxton Waddle, that's a big one. That's his 4th. So Waddle, the de facto leading scorer with Helbush hurt, has had just 2 points tonight. But both free throws by Nielsen missed, and it's still a 5-point game. That was a big opportunity by the Cadets that fell by the wayside. Coda Bear kicks right side, Rosichka. Back out. Bear looking down low. Honish, the turnaround. Baby hook good. Cash Honish, his first bucket since the first quarter. See the zone as both fan bases come alive here in this one-possession championship game. Entry pass, Doggett. Back out Swanson, tough floater in the lane. Rebound tapped back to him, and then he's fouled. So that foul will be called on Rosichka, his second. Take another look at it. Well, that's a great effort by Haber just to keep that play alive.
It has been just what it seems like a foul fiesta since the beginning of the first quarter. I know you said you picked up a couple here earlier.
Yeah. If I knew it was a fiesta, I'd have brought chips. Haber, high post. Back and right down, looking for room on the big man, and got it with the left hand. Colton Haber, a bucket a quarter. He's got 8. Right in the high post now. Trying to answer with one of his own. Oh, how does that not go down? Jake Wright did everything right there. But the shot, hard luck.
And that's got to be my favorite matchup I've been seeing all night. Just Haber against Wright, going at it, just down low, one-on-one. Just probably the most physical matchup. Definitely the largest down on the floor, but one of the more entertaining one-on-ones to watch tonight.
That's the third foul on Haber. He and Doggett each with 3 for the Cadets. Wright splits the pair, 4-point game. Now West Point Beemer on the front end. Trying to work it in on Wright, kicked out. And a foul called on the floor. North Bend Central now struggling to stay in front of these dribble drives, starting to reach a little bit. The next foul will put West Point Beemer in the bonus. On the drive, oh my goodness, the defender into the curtain. Kick out, the 3, not there. Foul on the rebound on West Point Beemer. That'll be on Brockman. Well, that was another big opportunity for West Point to strike. They couldn't take advantage. We'll take another look. Well, it was set up. Great ball movement. And then the pull down on the rebound. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the game. Halfway home, fourth quarter. 4-point lead for West Point Beemer. Good strong drive by Honish, left it short. It'll be West Point Beemer basketball. 3:46 to go. Now West Point Beemer going to face some full court pressure from North Bend. Penrose. Outside Swanson. Entry pass. Look at the soft touch with the left hand. Colton Haber in double figures. The first cadet to do so. Cadets lead now 6 with 3:16 to go. Cluck, left side. Honish leaves it for Cluck. Lost it on his way up, out of bounds. It'll be West Point Beemer basketball. Just not a lot of comfort in that North Bend Central offense right now.
Absolutely not. And with 3 minutes left, time's a ticking. They need to generate some points. As you're about, I would say, 3 possessions away. You're trailing by 3 possessions. You need to take care of those possessions. But West Point, as they extend that lead, they have the opportunity to relax and melt a little more time off the clock here as we're now under 3 minutes.
Dribble handoff, out of bounds to North Bend Central. Doggett too close to the sideline. You know, if you're West Point Beemer, though, you can't afford to leave too many of these opportunities empty. Eventually, North Bend Central is going to find a way to take advantage. Waddle Lost the handle on the way up. Kicks out three. Blocked. Rebound by Penrose after the Troyer swat. And a timeout called by West Point Beemer. 2:33 to go. The Cadet fans can feel it. Can they take it home? Find out next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Working in a bank, I understand interest. I mean, farmers are putting out a lot of money to put this crop.
45-39, the West Point Beemer faithful. They got to double dip championships today. The West Point Beemer girls coming up short. Congratulations once again to the Pender Pendragons on their first East Husker Conference championship in 10 years. Coach Dolliver's squad 20-0. They got a big win over West Point Beemer earlier tonight. But now the Cadets, the 8th seed in this tournament. Thrown away. Great play by Rosichka. Doggett got back. Rosichka blew by him. His first points of the second half. He has 10.
Like you were saying, Eric, those are the opportunities that you can't give up if you're West Point, as now you're 2 possessions away from a closer ball game.
Doggett called for the offensive foul, lowered the shoulder, and that'll be his 4th. Sam Post took the charge. Have another look at it. Post blown back there a little bit. So North Bend Central, they've trailed by as much as 7. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Sam Post. Over to Waddle. Entry pass to right, kicked out. Post wants 3. Off the heel. Rebound, right corrals it. Underneath, off the window. Jake Wright with 8. On a huge offensive rebound. 1 possession game. Now a foul call that's going to send West Point Beemer to the line. And that's Cash Honish's 4th.
Man, I was saying earlier in the first half and even at halftime, this could come down to a 1 possession game, where these final possessions here in the final minute are going to be the deciding factor, as both of these teams have just been neck and neck.
The thing about it, neither of these teams are particularly great at free throws. 60% as a team for North Bend, 57% for West Point Beemer, and they get harder in close games late. In and out, right the rebound. West Point Beemer can tie or take the lead here, final minute. They've trailed by as much as 7. Waddle. Right setting the screen. Post for the lead. Got it! Nothing but the bottom from Sam Post. Unanswered for North Bend Central, and West Point Beemer's got to talk it over. 23 seconds to go. Can the Cadets come back? Find out next. This is NCN.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself, and within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything, and I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
All right, 46-45, North Bend Central had been down by 7. Now they're up after a huge make from Sam Post. West Point Beemer. Foul called, fighting through the screen. They call the offensive foul. They call a moving screen on Connor Troyer. And now it's North Bend ball.
Oh my goodness, and with that, might have to start fouling if you're West Point.
Now both teams have a whole bunch of timeouts, so this one is nowhere near over. North Bend will talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
18.2 seconds. Somewhere in that mass of people is the inbounder. That'll be Jake Wright. Gets it in for North Bend Central. West Point Beamer's got a foul. They get it there. This is Sam Post heading to the line. Now that's the guy North Bend is going to be trying to get the ball to immediately. A 79% free throw shooter on the season. He's 2 for 3 tonight. And nothing but the bottom on the first. That's clutch from the 6'2 senior. Leads the way for North Bend with 12 points. It's a 3-point game. And now North Bend Central will call another timeout to set up their defense and Andrew Pfeiffer. I think the message here, if you're Coach Jonathan Bayer, is just don't foul.
Absolutely no fouls. Don't give them any opportunities to cash in on. I mean, it is still a one-possession game, so you're going to have to shoot from beyond the arc to go to overtime. But if you're North Bend, you just want to be walking on eggshells right now for the remaining seconds you have left of this contest. But West Point's got to be able to create those opportunities to be able to generate a shot from beyond the arc, potentially send this thing to overtime.
And I think if you're West Point Beamer, there's enough time, 15.5, if you can get a quick 2, take it. Once you get inside of 10, though, you're probably going to have to play for the tie. Both teams, by the way, still have 2 timeouts left. Here we go. It's Penrose. And as soon as they get it in the front court, West Point Beamer calls their timeout. All right, what's Coach Polacek going to draw up? We'll find out next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good To Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good To Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good To Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good To Go convenience stores today. U-Safe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
North Bend Central erased a 7-point deficit. Their coach Jonathan Bear has coached them to 2 East Husker Conference tournament titles. And look, you don't get to take him with you. You got to call the timeouts when you got him. He was going to wait and see what West Point Beemer set up, so now Coach Jonathan Bear will set something up himself. Whoever the winning coach is, they'll have to probably replace some dry erase markers, and we'll be talking with him in our post-game interview, which is brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Here in our fourth quarter, which is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. Well, the thing about West Point Beemer, Andrew, is so many different players have stepped up and hit shots for them that if you're North Bend Central, you can't really key on one guy here. You've had Hunter Swanson, who has 9 points. Colton Haber has 10 points. He has not hit a 3 yet tonight, which he is able to do. He's set up at the low block right now. Peyton Penrose, the only cadet to hit a 3 this quarter.
I think you're absolutely right. Any of these guys could be the difference makers. They're all capable of being able to shoot from beyond the arc. And so when you're North Bend, you don't really exactly know who to zero in on defensively.
Here we go with Swanson. High screen. Swanson fouled, which is the right call. They're down 3. Bear reaches and sends him to the line for 2. So now Swanson. He'll try to make both here and then get a quick foul to send North Bend to the line. Swanson in double figures. 1-point game. Now if you're West Point, you just foul immediately. North Bend got it to their shooter. Sam Post will try to make this a 3-point game. Only 0.5 of a second ticked off there, though, Andrew. So if you're West Point Beemer, best possible scenario.
Man, I get what you're trying to do. If you're North Bend, you're really just trying to bleed as much time off that clock as possible. But, you know, with only 1/10 of a second, like you said, it was quick to the foul. You know, West Point Beemer could still have a chance.
So Post hits the first, and West Point Beemer now, they'll talk things over. Sam Post has had a really nice game. Now up to 14 points. And again, North Bend Central's doing all of this. Kyler Hellbush, only 3 points tonight, missed most of the game with an injury to his knee. Gutty effort, tried to gut it out, came back a couple of times, just couldn't do it. Now we just hope that young man's okay the rest of the way, especially considering North Bend Central, you know, if they can finish this, that's 11 of 12. All of a sudden, they're 13-4. They're among the better teams in Class C2, maybe knocking on the door of the Class C2 top 10. You're going to need all your pieces in place to try to make a run to state.
And now you're West Point. You're down by 2, 49-47, potentially going to go to 50-47. Still wouldn't change, make it a one-possession game, but making that a lot more difficult, doing so by shooting beyond the arc.
Post rolls home the second. 15 points for the 6'2 senior, and now Bear is in. Now, if you're North Bend, you try the foul. They're going to play full court pressure. No timeouts left for West Point Beemer. Inbound in the front court. They do foul, and he didn't get the shot up. So that'll be Hunter Swanson shooting 2. And again, the idea there is you try to prevent a three-pointer from even getting put up. And so now Hunter Swanson will try to make 2 again, and they'll try to maximize as many possessions as they possibly can. Swanson 3 for 6 from the land of the free this quarter. He has 12 tonight. Boy, what a game this has been. Back and forth, competitive. Neither team's led by more than 7. That was West Point Beemer. Oh, they go with the miss on purpose. Comes out to post. Did they call a foul? That's it. Game's over. North Bend Central survives. Your final, North Bend Central 50, West Point Beemer 48, and the Tigers are the champs of the East Husker Conference. Post-game show coming up. You're watching NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever-changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones, and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time, and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
You're proud of the community you live in. Taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Yeah, they're cutting down the nets in North Bend for the 11th time in school history, and the first time since 2017. North Bend Central survives a wild one, 50-48 over the 8th-seeded West Point Beamer Cadets. Let's take a look at our top plays from this one, brought to you in part by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, other expensive items? Well, Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. East Husker Conference Championship. How about the upstart 8th-seeded West Point Beamer Cadets trying to take down the 2-seed North Bend Central Tigers at Central Community College in Columbus. North Bend Central getting it done early on from deep. Lane Rzichka drills the triple. Saw a lot of scoring early on in this one. The offense was flowing in the first quarter. West Point Beamer, don't tell them they're the 8th seed. How about that for a shooter's touch? It's Miles Nielsen from outside, points off the pine for the Cadets. They tie the game with that 3. West Point Beamer leading early on, but Sam Post able to hit from downtown. That gives North Bend Central the lead back at 10-9. Still first quarter, still hitting from deep. Miles Nielsen again, this time banking it home. West Point Beamer, though, trailing after one, 18-15. We go second quarter. Good ball movement there by North Bend Central. That sets up Lane Rzichka, 3 of his 8 first half points. West Point Beamer able to answer from deep. Hunter Swanson, he had 7 over the first couple of quarters. We're tied at the break, 26 all. The 8 seed hanging around. Third quarter. Now, North Bend Central played much of this game without their leading scorer, Kyler Hellbush. Injured his knee in the first quarter. Sam Post was the one who stepped up. Hit the big 3 there. Another one from deep. That's Kyler Hellbush. Those are the only points he scored. He ended up having to leave the game after that with an injury. West Point Beamer trying to take advantage, taking the lead. Late third quarter, that's Peyton Penrose. And West Point Beamer with a 4-point lead heading to the fourth. Their lead would swell to 7 after this shot right here. Penrose drills it from downtown, but Sam Post coming up with plays late after Colton Haber gets it to go from down low. North Bend Central able to come back, erase the 7-point deficit. That's the go-ahead bucket, and North Bend Central, your champs in the East Husker Conference, the final, 50-48. And those top plays brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there is a difference. Time now for our coach's post-game interview, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Jonathan Baer standing by with Andrew Pfeiffer.
Kept talking about what we needed to do, not what we didn't want. And, we knew we had to pick up the pressure a little bit and create some turnover for some offense. We got a little stagnant with Kyler going out. He's such an offensive driving force for us. So, learning how to play with him was a bit of a challenge. But I just kept telling him, stay the course, keep working hard. Let's get some steals, let's get some turnovers, let's get going that way. And then, Sam Post hitting some huge shots for us down the stretch, which was really big.
And you talk about Kyler Hellbush going out early. Was there any update on his condition at all as far as his lower body injury or anything like that?
Yeah, we don't know yet, but it doesn't look great. But, and Kyler's such a great kid and has worked so hard. So we'll cross our fingers and we'll hope for the best for him, and we'll wait and see, I guess.
And we saw once Hellbush went out, a lot of people stepped up for him. He is your leading scorer after all, but a lot of players stepped up for your offense and were able to generate some points. How do you attribute that to your team?
I think this team all year has just really kind of had to figure out what it's going to be about, and we've challenged them all year to play harder than everybody else for 32 minutes, and they've bought into that, and I'm just so proud of the kids we have and the way they work and the way they work for each other. They're just such a fun group to be around, unselfish, and they work so hard.
And Coach, you have your champions tonight, but going into next week and for the rest of the season, you have Arlington on Monday. What are you telling your team in the locker room after tonight's celebration heading into next week?
Enjoy tonight. It's an uncommon thing to find ways to do what they've done, and we know Arlington's got a big guy that's just a load, so we're going to have to be ready to go. And we follow it up by going with another game on Tuesday, and then we get against Tacoma Herman, a great Howells Dodge team that West Point beat on the last second shot, and got them Thursday. So we're going to have to figure it out, and we'll keep working hard and try to ride the momentum.
Well, Coach, congratulations, conference champions. How's it feel?
Feels great. Really proud of these guys. Just so happy for them to experience that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations. That is our coach, Jonathan Bear. Now bringing on our player of the game, we got Sam Post. Post, you put up 15 points, man, and, replacing for Kyler Helbush, who went out in the first quarter. You guys were able to corral as an offense and be able to generate those points in the absence of your leading scorer. What does it feel to hold the trophy and wear the net around your neck?
Feels good. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
And you guys were down by 7 points in the fourth quarter. What was your coach telling you on the bench, and how are you going to corral yourselves to be able to come back from a deficit that late in the game?
We just had to believe in ourselves, trust in Coach's game plan. We knew we were going to get it done.
Absolutely, and looking forward into next season, or not next season, next week, that is, on to Monday, you guys are going to play Arlington, and then the postseason obviously is quick coming up in the next few weeks here. What's your message to the team? You're going to celebrate and you're going to enjoy tonight, of course, but it's back to work the next day, so you have Arlington on Monday. What's your message to the team preparing for the rest of the season?
Just get ready for the next week. Got some big games coming up. Without Kyler, it'll be a little bit tougher, but we believe in each other. We'll be ready for these games.
All right, well, Sam Post, congratulations. You're our player of the game. You want to show him that trophy you got holding up right there? All right, buddy, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more post-game content coming up here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Those player of the game interviews brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Also by USAVE Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all of their customers. That about wraps things up. Our thanks once again to Central Community College and to the folks at Oakland Craig, the hosts, for getting us set up here to broadcast the East Husker Conference Championship once again. It is fun to do this each and every year. So for Andrew Pfeiffer, Connor Luby in the truck, the entire NCN Sports crew, my name is Eric McKay. You've been watching the postgame show. Have a great night.